Hello there YouTube, this is the Aqua Student, and we're here with episode 4 of my Subscriber Spotlight Special series. In this episode of Aqua Student Subscriber Spotlight Special, we're going to be featuring TheRick2325. This guy's got a fantastic channel set up, and definitely something you guys need to check out. Let's take a look at some of the highlights. I know many Ricks, but this guy is the Rick. One of my favorite things about him is, unlike me, he has a sense of humor, and it definitely comes out in his videos. He's got a whole series of just absolutely hilarious videos related to fish keeping. There are actual fish keeping jokes, and he comes up with them. It's amazing and so funny. He's got a whole playlist set up that if you need a laugh, definitely go check it out. One of the best things about him is he's transformed this rather individual hobby into something that he can share with the rest of his family. One of the frequent guest stars in his videos is his 4-year-old daughter. She is absolutely hilarious, fun to watch, and definitely going to be a fantastic fish keeper when she gets older. Just listen to her. This is her talking about her favorite fish, the angelfish.
But they have mouth. But the fishes instead of the tail. But the motor does fin like a mouth. But the fins can keep them hair.
Alright, let's keep moving. But she definitely knows what she's talking about. The Rick has a ton of tanks set up, and there's no way I'm going to be able to cover them all. So let's just go take a look at some of my favorite ones. He definitely specializes in planted tanks, and this one is just absolutely fantastic. It's this 55-gallon South American community. He's got angelfish, apistogrammas, and a nice school of rummy-nosed tetra, as well as various other fish like Siamese algae eaters, a few small rainbow fish, things like that. And I love this aquascape. It's got kind of the two pieces with the opening in the middle, the swimming room. The plants in here are just absolutely amazing. Looks great with the driftwood poking out of it. I could just sit there and watch this tank for hours on end. So I'm glad I'm not as good of an aquascaper as him, because then I just get absolutely nothing done. He's also got nano planted tanks. This one is his Mr. Aqua. It's almost like a column tank, and he's done a very nice job of scaping this. It's not easy to get height in an aquascape, and he's done it absolutely perfectly. Unlike what many people do with driftwood, they have the whole thing exposed. He's hidden parts of it. That's a little more natural look and kind of doesn't draw your eye away from the whole grand scheme of things. It kind of breaks it up and just gives it an all-around more appealing look to it. He also has the open spacer on the outside for swimming room. That way you'll be able to see the fish a lot more, and you can have them popping in and out of the plants. It's just absolutely masterfully done. One of the other neat things that he has is some shell dwellers. He's just got a little tank set up and has them breeding like rabbits, he says. Shell dwellers are a nice little alternative to the normal Malawi or Tanganyikans or Victorian cichlids that most people keep. The Rick also isn't just a bunch of pretty tanks. He has some great advice and is very knowledgeable about the hobby. This is one of my favorite clips that he has. He's giving advice about what to look for when picking up fish at the fish store.
What do you look for when you're buying a new fish? When you're buying a new fish, you always want to get the biggest, healthiest, most colorful fish you can find.
Seems reasonable.
Okay? Don't pick that little run fish in the corner that's being picked on, or the small one.
Even if you
don't
feel
want to give
sorry
yourself
for him.
that kind of headache. Give yourself the biggest, most colorful, strongest fish you can get in the tank. And what you do is you want to look around, not just at the fish you want, but at the other fish in the same tank, because that fish could be healthy looking, but the other fish won't be. There are cases where I went to the fish store and I see a nice fish that I want, but the fish around it actually have ick with little white spots on them, and it's just like, chances are that fish would have been infected already.
So that's probably one of the best pieces of advice for new and old fish keepers. Let's take a look at my favorite series that TheRick does. He's got a creek near his house of residence that he can go out and just straight up net fish. It's got everything from convict cichlids. He used to have angelfish. I'm not sure if they're in the creek anymore, but he can pull up things like guppies, massive catfish like this one, plecos. This creek would be a great source of local wild fish. Most people keep tropical fish from places that are thousands of miles away at times, and he can just go out into his backyard and find these fantastic looking specimens. So that's a little bit on TheRick2325. This guy is a funny man. Definitely go check him out. I'll leave a link to his channel in the description as well as flash it up on the screen. So thank you guys very much for watching. If you would like to have your channel featured on my Subscriber Spotlight Special Series, please shoot me a private message here on YouTube. Just give a brief description on why you think your channel is special and what makes it unique.